Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I want to share with you some of my favorite Japanese dramas that have helped me keep my interest in learning Japanese, and has definitely helped me with my listening skills, because I think that was my mistake when I first started out learning Japanese. I did not try to immerse myself in the culture as much as I wanted to learn it. I don't know why it never popped into my head. It was only after I hung out a lot with my other friends who have been learning Japanese for a long time, and I think that was the best advice anyone's ever given me, aside from don't be afraid to make mistakes. It's really find a hobby that you like and just turn it Japanese. Just find a Japanese version of it, and I think that is the fastest way that you can definitely improve your skills. Your Japanese skills, I mean. So without further ado, let's get on to the video. The first drama I want to talk about is called Jiminy Sugoi, and it has my favorite, my queen, Satomi Ishihara. And basically, she's this super fashionable girl who dreams of working at a fashion magazine, and she applies to the same publishing company year after year after year, only to be rejected. And one day, she gets accepted into the company, but not into the fashion department, or not into the fashion magazine that she wants to be accepted in. She gets accepted into the proofreading department, which is really boring to her and very tedious. But throughout the show, you can really see how she tries to work hard and how she makes the best of every situation that she's in. And it also has my favorite, Masaki Suda. He's so handsome, and he's one of the main stars in the show as well. He's like her love interest. Spoiler, but I think like after you watch it, you'll have a deeper appreciation for proofreaders, especially in the show. I don't know if it's like that in real life, but they definitely went through how it was like to proofread and how the characters have to be correct, how it can't be said like this, how there's a better way of saying it in Japanese. And while I didn't understand all the references that they made, I think it really helped me gain a better appreciation, and it made me feel more motivated to read Japanese books and Japanese material. So yeah, I think that it's a really good show for you guys to watch, especially if you're like a girly girl, you like fashion, and yeah, you're kind of interested in learning Japanese. So that's my first recommendation. My second recommendation actually came from my friends Eri and Cindy. This was kind of my gateway drug into like J-dramas again. The drama is called Goji Karakojima, and it's about it's basically from a manga and then they adapted it into like a live action thing. It's a drama. It's about 10 episodes, I think, and it's about how there's this girl and she's an English teacher in Omotesando, which is funny because I'm an English teacher. And one day there's this monk that becomes super smitten with her, and then he tries to win her over, and it's just a really lovely slice of life rom-com thing. You can turn your brain off while watching it. The Japanese that they use is so easy to understand. There were times that I didn't even need to look at the subtitles, or I didn't even need to look at the screen to truly understand what they were saying. And yeah, it was when I realized like, hey, I can actually understand this much Japanese. So the more I watch, I feel like the more I'll be able to understand, and the more I'll be able to see how Japanese is used in daily life and not just in a textbook. It's still a good, like, especially if you can't talk to anybody in Japanese, it's still a good way to expose yourself to how the language is used. Okay, so again, it has Satomi Ishihara, and like, she's perfect. Like, I love her. Sorry, I'm such a big fan. I never knew I could have this much of a girl crush on an actress until I saw Satomi Ishihara. She's just so cute. So yeah, that's my second recommendation for you guys. I will come out with more lists, and I'll actually invite my friends to be on and like share their recommendations. I think it's gonna be really fun. Okay, so my third drama that I recommend, which might not be everybody's cup of tea, would be Hanzawa Naoki. And I recently got into it myself. The second season just premiered a few months ago, and it actually ended already. It's such a big deal in Japan, but at the time I was completely oblivious to it. And the reason why it's such a big hit in Japan, I think, is because it can show you a lot of high-level formal speech patterns like keigo that you'll never really hear unless you're part of that world, like serious banking and like serious corporate stuff. It was really cool to like hear how they talk, and I totally did not understand, or like I understood, but I know that I wouldn't be able to make that kind of sentence myself. So if you really want to expose yourself to keigo and how maybe Japanese work life is, but a very exaggerated version of it is, then I would suggest watching Hanzawa Noki. It's about a banker and how he tries to get revenge, and all these twists and turns in the world of banking, and how his friends help him go through all the troubles that he eventually goes through because he's just such a good banker and he's such an honest guy. So yeah, if you guys are into kind of more serious drama financial stuff, then definitely check out Hanzawa Naoki. I barely knew any of the words that they were using, if I'm being honest, but again, it's really good to expose yourself to all these kinds of things. Okay, so moving on, my next recommendation would be Tokyo Tarareba Musume, which also had a special episode air a few months ago, and I would really liken this drama to Sex and the City, kind of. So it's about 3 girls and they're all friends, and they have this one hangout spot which is run by the girl's father, one of the girls' father or uncle in Harajuku, and they go there every time they have problems, and it's just about, you know, being in your 30s or late 20s in Tokyo and trying to navigate life for yourself. And each of them are so different. One of them is a script writer, another one is a nail artist, and the last one is she kind of manages her dad's izakaya or Japanese pub. And it's just really fun to watch. They go through their own troubles and you can see how they try to overcome it. And it has Sakaguchi Kentaro, which you guys, my gosh, if you guys don't know him, you are missing out. He is so cute. Watch it. I mean, I'm a simple woman. If Sakaguchi Kentaro's in it, I'm definitely gonna watch it. And yeah, it's just a very nice slice of life thing. They use a lot of like everyday Japanese, which would be very helpful for you if you want to get some phrases that help you sound natural. And yeah, it's I think it's also about 10 episodes or so. The original season came out maybe 3 or 4 years ago, and the special came out just a few months ago. So I would highly recommend watching that. And the last recommendation for dramas that I have for you guys today is Nijihaji. And Nijihaji was huge back in its day. My friend Cindy, I remember seeing a huge poster advertising the drama in Shibuya when she came to Tokyo as an exchange student. I can see why it was popular. The premise is very simple. It's very light. So it's about a girl who, for the life of her, cannot find a job in Tokyo even if she tries so hard. She even has a master's degree, but she can't find a job, and she's already 25 or something and she feels like a failure. But the one thing she's really good at is cleaning. And so her dad gets her a part-time gig with this guy, and one thing leads to another, and you know, romantic stuff happen. Of course, I'm not gonna say everything because I want you guys to watch it. But yeah, it's just really fun and light, and there's even a Nijihaji dance that was really popular at the time. I'm not gonna dance it. I cannot dance to save my life, but I would really recommend watching it as well. It's just happy, you know, romantic comedy stuff, everyday life. I forgot the name of the actors that star in it, but I think they look quite cute together. So yeah, if you guys are looking for something light and easy breezy, don't have to think too much, please watch Nijihaji, and you'll see why it was so popular during its height. Aside from that, I do want to share one movie recommendation. I have so many, but this is one that I've found recently, and it has Suzu Hirose. She's this really beautiful Japanese actress. She's quite young still. It's called Ichido Shindemita, and I think in English it's like I Tried Dying Once, which doesn't sound promising, but the premise is that Hirose Suzu's character, I think her name's Nanase or something. Nanase absolutely hates her dad because he's this really serious scientist, and he tries to explain everything with science and stuff. That's all I'm gonna say about it because I really want you guys to watch. It's so funny. Like, I don't know why I found it so funny, even until now. I guess you can say like the plot is all over the place, and that's what makes it so endearing, to me at least. So you can watch all of this online. I'm not gonna tell you where because I'm sure you can find it. I hope that if you were looking for some J-dramas as a recommendation, then these are mine for now. Of course, I might make more of these if you guys really like it, and of course I'm gonna have my friends join in because they probably watch 10 times more drama slash movies, Japanese movies, than I do because they're much better at speaking Japanese than me. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, thank you so much for watching, and if you have any other video suggestions, please let me know. Stay safe, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye!